Hey everybody, this is Yoritomo and I'm back with another AFK Cats video. This time I'm going to be talking about poison. So first let's take a look at the cats that actually do poison. So the first one isn't in fire, it's going to be in water. So here we've got Tailored Whiskers, and he has a nice set of skills for poison. So his first one, his basic attack is a skill. It applies poison, deals damage 30% of his DPS every second for 3 seconds, and stacks up to 30 times. So if you can get this fully stacked, you can do 300% DPS damage every second. So that one's pretty good. This one is pretty crazy. Any poison damage dealt to the enemy heals Tailored for 50% of damage done. So if you've got a lot of poison going on, I could see him being very hard to kill. And his last skill, his attack speed's increased by 20%, so that's pretty good too. So he seems like a pretty good cat, but he is a 1-star, which makes him very hard to build very well. You could find him in catacombs maybe, or in events. I've been looking for like a month and a half and I found one copy in catacombs. Building a 1-star from the ground up is well nigh impossible. It'll take forever to do that. So the other water is Allocator. So if you're going to make a poison team, you need to have Allocator. And it's taking a while for him to show up. There he is. So he has his first skill, has a 25% chance to multi-shot with 3 extra shots. And any damage he does, he deals 20% of his DPS in poison each second for 6 seconds, and it stacks up to 20 times. So that one's pretty good. But you need him for this. It's an aura that all poisons applied by friendly agents are 50% stronger. So that will crank up the damage that all of your poison is doing. And his last one bumps up his attack speed for each stack of poison on the battlefield. But he is a 4-star Catacombs cat. He's not Sun and Moon, but he's still going to be extremely difficult to build. The next one we have is WinaCat, and each damage she does has a 30% chance to inflict poison for 5 seconds, and that does 40% of her DPS to the target every second and can stack up to 5 times. So 5 times 40, she can do 200% of her DPS every second. So that's not bad. She deals 30% more damage to poisoned enemies, so once they are poisoned, it's kind of like an artifact that bumps up her poison damage. And then she also has 20% chance to trigger multi-shot. So this does 3 shots in a row, and they count as basic attacks, so that can help with stacking up more poison. So she is a 2-star, which is also very hard to build. The one place that you can get WinaCat is if you are in a high-level guild and you are making good guild coin from the guild missions and the guild boss. Then you can get her from the guild store. So high-level players can probably actually get her kind of fast, but the guild store is still pretty slow, and each time you reset it takes 400,000 guild coin, which takes a long time. So you're probably starting to see a theme with these cats. So the next one here is Cutthroat. So his 30% of the damage dealt jumps to the enemy with the lowest HP. We've got Deadly Venom, so any direct damage done applies poison, which deals 50% of his DPS every second for 5 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. So that's 150% DPS. And The poison also increases received damage by 10%. So with 3 stacks, he can have up to 30% more damage being done to the target. So all of this poison is stacking nicely. And when an enemy affected by his poison dies, an explosion occurs in a medium area around the enemy, which deals 500% of the enemy's DPS. So a lot of really good skills. He is also a Catacombs only cat and a Moon Catacombs only cat. So very, very difficult once again to build this cat. Then we have Cyanide. So here, each basic attack applies poison for 8 seconds that deals damage equal to 30% of his DPS, and the poison can stack up to 5 times, and additionally it deals 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 times more per stack. So the first one is 3, then 6, 12, 24, 48, and when you add all that up, it's doing a decent amount of damage. His next skill, he can fear the target, possibly if they are poisoned. And his last one, the infected round's poison deals damage. When it does that, has a 30% chance to spread to the nearest target with full duration. Only 1 stack spreads this way, but I believe it's bugged right now, so the full stacks move. He is a moon cat, so not easy to find him either. So there are the poison cats. Did you see a theme there? They are all extremely difficult to build. Every last one of them. WinaCat's probably the easiest if you're a high level player with access to good amounts of guild coin. So say you build a team with all of these poison cats and you've been able to build them up, which is going to be difficult to get them to the same level as all of your other cats. But say you can pull that off and you've got 5 or 6 of these cats built up. So Vlad pairs nicely with Cyanide. So say you do that. There's a slight problem, and his name is Doctor. So here we have Doctor. He does some heals. This is really what gets in the way. When a friendly agent has 4 or more unique debuffs, Doctor cleanses them all and heals the agent for 100% of his DPS plus 50% of his DPS per stack cleansed. So if we look at that, say you've got 4 poison cats. They all are likely going to be targeting the tank. Poison, 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 poison. You have 4 stacks of poison and they're gone. How about if you just have Cyanide, Allocator, and Tailored Whiskers? So you've got 3 poison cats. Oh, well, Cyanide also does fear, so when fear kicks in, you've got 4 stacks. They all get cleared. Maybe if you do WinaCat, Allocator, and Tailored. So you've got 3 different poisons. It's like, okay, this can work. But if you throw Shelly in there, Shelly does his own unique debuffs, which will again get it over 4. Or you throw Alice in, Alice does stuns. Again, you go over 4. So any poison team you build, you would really need to look at whether or not you're going to go against Doctor, because Doctor really kills the whole poison theme unless you're very careful. You would have to do 3 cats like Allocator, WinaCat, and Tailored, and then a tank that doesn't do anything like General Horus. You'd need to have a support like Calypso that doesn't do anything to the enemies, and then maybe 1 more support that doesn't do anything to the enemies. So it would really have to be tailored if you are going to care about Doctor. Now if you don't care about Doctor, then it opens things up a little bit wider. The other problem is that except for the fear, you don't really have any crowd control. It's all just melt them down with poison. But if you're in the arena and your enemy's stunning and silencing you constantly, that's another problem. So it makes it hard to get a lot of CC if you're focused on poison. So that's kind of why I'm saying this is the problem with poison. It's very, very difficult to build the cats. Once you do, if you build them, Doctor pretty much nullifies your entire strategy. And even if you don't care about Doctor, then you've got to deal with all of the CC effects. That makes it very, very, very difficult to make a poison team that's effective. It seems like a lot of the skills would stack on top of one another and you could do a lot of damage if you are given the opportunity. So this is my summary of poison. It's really a problem to make it good. I would be really excited to see someone have a strong poison team. If you have one or have seen one, let me know in the comments. As always, I appreciate likes and subscribes. Everyone, be safe out there. Your Tomo out.